Hello, and welcome to Pre-College Getting Started. My name is Mr. Shanklin, and I will be your teacher for this year. You will notice when you click on Pre-College or you come into the course, you always come into the announcement course. That is how all courses are set up. When you come into the announcements, you'll see that I have it set up two different ways. The first way is that you could look at it in like a calendar style. Like on Monday, it's Labor Day, so there's nothing to do. Tuesday, you're supposed to do an email. Wednesday, practice assignment, and so forth. Or you could just watch the video, and the video will explain what is due for that week. Either way works perfectly fine. For the Getting Started video, I'm just going to go through each of the buttons in the course. So the first button here is Getting Started. So if you click on that, you'll see that there's an introduction video, which you are watching right now, so obviously you know how to get into Getting Started. And then week number 1, the daily assignments are right here, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. The next button down is your pace chart. The pace chart tells you exactly what is due throughout the year, okay, or the first semester. All 18 weeks are here. So if you take a look at week number 1, Tuesday, click on the Getting Started, then Tuesday's assignment, follow the directions, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, when you get to week number 2, it doesn't tell you what to do each day. It says that on Monday morning, we do have a lesson, a live lesson from 12 o'clock until 1 o'clock. Those are where I come on to the whiteboard and I go over what is due for the week and the lesson material, so you kind of know what the assignments are going to be about for that week. And then that's, you don't have to do that, but it is highly recommended that you do. And then you can complete all the material in the week number 2 folder. We're working on section 1.1, graphs of equations. Now, you don't have to do that either. The only thing that you really have to do is the practice and the assessments. The assessments are in red, so that means they are in the grade book as a grade, and the completing the practice is in purple. That just means, hey, you have to do this practice before you get to the assessments. And that's how it's set up for all of them. If you take a look, almost every week has 2 assessments. And if you take a look, assessment 2A and 2B is week number 2. Assessment 3A and 3B is week number 3. So it kind of correlates with each week. So that is the pace chart. If I were you, I would print it out, and then every time you do something, just check mark it and say, oh, okay, so I'm done with week number 2. Great. Go on to week number 3. The next button down is the live e-session. So on Monday, if you're going to come to the live e-session, the second week, you would click in the live e-session, and then you click on join the room, and then you would find all the kids that are coming to the e-session, and then I would be there and I would go through the lesson material for the week. Now, if you cannot make it to the live e-session, there is a recorded as soon as they're done, I put it in the recorded e-session so you can watch it. Even if you came to the e-session and you didn't understand something, just go into the recorded session and you could watch the recording for each one. Then the next button down is the announcements, which you really won't ever have to click on because you always go to, when you come into the course, you go to the announcement page. Course information, if you click on this basically tells you the grading policy, the learning targets. There's some grading videos down here. The semester, if you want to know how we do the semester grades, you just click on that. And in this class, there's 4 targets. So if you get for each target, if you get an advance on each target, your semester grade would be an A. Let's say you had an advanced, proficient, and approaching for your target grades, then your target or your semester grade would be a B. So that's how I come up with your semester grade, by just looking at that rubric there. Okay. Next button down is just staff information. So if you need to know my email or my phone number, just come in here. That's Mr. Shanklin. Yeah, that is me. And then a little bit about myself. If you want to watch a video, just click on that. Pretty easy. The next button down is the lessons. This is where all the material is for the week. And each week is broken into a weekly folder. So week number 2, you go in there, and you'll see that it's section 1.1, graphs of equations. Here's some lesson videos. If you click on them, you go to the videos, tutorials, PowerPoint, solution videos, our textbook. So all of this stuff is in there for you to learn the material. If you don't come to the lesson, if you come to the lesson for the week on Mondays, you might not need any of this. And if you come and you might need all of it, who knows? Some kids know how to do graphing equations, so they might just go right to the practice. So each week there's a practice, and it's set up the same way. Week number 2, practice number 2. Week number 3, practice number 3. And the practices are set up multiple choice wise. So, but you do have to score an 80% or higher in order to move on to the assessment for the week. So it says determine which of the following point lies on the graph of the equation. So it's just multiple choice. Click on one of them. So the whole thing is multiple choice. If you get an 80% or better, then you just move on to the weekly assessments. So you click on that button, weekly assessment, and here you'll see the weekly assessments now. 2A and 2B go for week number 2. And you'll notice one of them will be a multiple choice and one will be a free response. The free response, you do have to show your work. And then the final week, which would have your final exam in there, we do have a discussion board. Getting to know you is kind of like a whiteboard where you can drag a picture on here and then just write a little bit about yourself. That's one of the assignments for week number 1, so you should be doing this anyways. Textbook, if you click on here, you see your textbook. And then I also have a button here that's called Course How-Tos. So if you don't know how to do something, if you don't know how to insert your work, there you go. You just click on one of these. You can figure out how to do the work. If you want to know how to find the feedback for an assessment, you just watch one of these videos. Calculator. So there's a lot of stuff in here that you can use. All right, I hope this helped. Again, if you have any questions, please never hesitate to call or email me. You guys have a great start to the year. Bye.